Collective, and he studies FDR, Henry Wallace. He's a lot like Ken Burns, Oliver Stone, and Michael Moore. They take a stab at the whole nation, and they're often wrong, but they're intelligent, and their opinions really
Davy
help society
live.
because they defend the free world. Maybe we do think wrong. Maybe the Titanic thought wrong. Why? Well, most people on the Titanic would say you need meds, or we should go fast and get to where we have to go, even though there are icebergs in the ocean, right? There's not enough lifeboats on the Titanic, but everyone at that time thought that was correct. They didn't care because they assumed the ship would never sink.
Yeah.
Because there were compartments in the ship.
Well, yeah. What happened was
Let's say all of a sudden they realize there aren't enough lifeboats, and they should rethink something.
Well, that was a poorly made ship. It was not waterproof because each compartment, as water filled up, it rolled over to the next compartment, and the next one, and the next one, until the ship sunk. It was waterlogged.
I was just watching that with Josh Brolin and Jason Clarke, Emily Watson, and Jake Gyllenhaal. And that movie, it's a true story of how a whole group of people died. They went up and they ignored the oxygen they needed to climb and bring extra oxygen. So there's always at least 7 or 8 components that combine to create a disaster. When you ignore, if you are passive,
How many people can come in here?
If you're negligently passive,
3 people.
and you ignore the components
See who's
that
going
should
to come
be
in.
corrected, at an airport,
See how many
or on
people
Mount
come in.
Everest, or on the Titanic, then you can see why something bad happened.
Now they've recently rebuilt and remade another Titanic, a newly constructed Titanic. That's exact replica of the first one, but with this ship, it is better made. It has.
When you watch documentaries, pull up the air disasters and start watching Mayday air disasters, and each one shows why a plane went down. It's the most critical research by BEMA or the NTSB or the FAA. And they have experts studying why a plane went down, and look how they think, okay? Say those experts were used to prove why Chris Miser's missing, or Walt's missing, those same experts, and they made a documentary just like they do with, when a Korean cargo plane goes down, they learn exactly why that plane goes down, and they apply that knowledge to the next plane, and the next plane, there's so many different kinds of planes that have gone down.
Right. Why? Why is that?
Yeah, why is that? Okay.
Mechanical problems. An incorrect.
Right.
Other words, the mechanic didn't properly, work on that plane right. Did something wrong.
Is it a bomb from a passenger?
Could be.
A defective part.
Could be.
Is it a bogus part that's an imitation part? One plane went down because the mechanics used bogus parts. They were good mechanics, but they bought parts on the cheap, imported parts. And when the bolt snapped, they realized it's not the specifications of the bolt.
Hello, people. Who's in there?
Architects design.
You say who's in there?
So, long story short is you can't buy bogus parts. You can't buy.
I'm not so worried right now.
And that's a big thing now. You gotta have
Why not?
quality.
Because I'm not worried. I didn't do anything, so why should I be worried?
That's the way we should be with police too. There should be quality control. And
Cops aren't always good. Cops can be corrupt. It's proven that there's always corruption in the police force.
When the police start forcing meds, they're no longer police.
I'm not saying.
And now they're arbitrary police, and they're biased police, because if they don't agree with what you say, or the truth or the evidence then they force meds.
Well, they're not forcing no meds on me.
Yeah.
They don't have a right to force any kind of meds on me. I have my own meds to take, my own personal meds, and they're not psychotic meds. They're just regular heart medications.
And I took logic That's a fallacy. It's to accuse them.
It's been good. It's been good tonight.
If you cut down the man,
The American way of life has been good tonight. Yeah.
Force measure on the messenger claiming they're psychotic.
So the flag,
Is unfit.
what represents the flag, it's all been good tonight.
And they attack the man.
So America is another year older. It was America's birthday today. Now America's another year older since we've since come to pass on Wednesday. Wednesday's has come to pass. So now America is how old is America today? Does anybody know?
In 1996, it was 200 years old.
So 96. See, look, it's all 19. It's 2020. 2019. Excuse me.
1776. 200 years.
This country is that old. It's getting old and older, actually.
1976.
I got a little small crowd in here. A little small crowd. But, you know, it is what it is. America's another year older. It was this past day. Let's see, Luna Moon will be here shortly. She found the password to her. Cool. Alright, that's good. That's cool. I hope Luna didn't drink too much tonight. But even if she did, it's okay. She has a right to drink as much as she wants. So I don't. That's not my say. That's not my. That's not my decision to make. I merely am friends of the individuals that I deal with on a daily, regular basis. So it's all good. It's all good. I feel good today. Took a shower today. When you have your RV, you don't always get a shower. You know, you get a partial shower. You get what is known as a military shower or a Navy shower. That means you take a wash rag, you dip it in a little pot, a little pan, put some body wash in there, and you scrub yourself off, and it works. It does a great job cleaning yourself up with body wash. I use, my favorite is Irish Spring body wash liquid. I love that stuff. I've always liked Irish Spring. Irish Spring, it's fresh, makes you smell good, you know. So it's kind of like a, I don't know, it's hard to explain. It's just, you know, it's kind of like a cologne, a soap cologne. Is the best way to put it. Let's see, baked with 247. Let's see, we'll be here shortly. Showing the password. Good. This all's good with that. So let's see, you're waking up to your channel slowly this morning. Okay. Well, that's cool. We got this channel's Paul. This name, Paul, is called. Rewrite that back here, guys, because I want to see what that name is. Hold on a second here. Let me see what that. It's called Hitler on the Wall. The name of this channel, Paul. Hitler on the Wall. They're from Serbia. Interesting group of people. But Hitler on the Wall. That's an interesting name for a channel. It is. You guys, that's some incredible information you have to use that name. You know, Hitler. You know more about Hitler than I do, but I know just what I know, watching the documentaries and all that kind of stuff on Hitler. You know, so but I'm a historian. I like watching all that stuff. I like watching documentaries, whether it's about planes, whether it's about boats, whether it's about cars, or people, even. So, either or. I'm interested in documentaries, no matter what they are. So that's me. As an American, that's how I am. I'm just one of many Americans that believe those fellow things that you like to talk about. We are fellow Van Dollars from Serbia, but our vans have. What is it? Diesel? You guys are running diesel on all your vans? I'm kind of curious as to what you guys run in. You don't run gasoline motors. You run diesel motors in your vans. So, in other words, you're a van dweller, is what you are. So, anyway, Harvey Davy is looking into that. But I'm not so worried about what's going to happen today with with the officer friendlies. I haven't done anything, so I'm going to ask for my lawyer or whatever. Make sure they give me legal representation, in which I'm allowed by law. So I will let my attorneys speak for me on my behalf. And I have an idea what it's about. I do. I really do. But I am not responsible for this individual. Whatever he did in my vehicle, I am not responsible. And I have his license plate number to give to the officers. So I think they don't have enough information on him, but they will after tomorrow, because I'm going to give them the license plate number. So they will be able to find this gentleman, and they can charge him with a crime that he committed. Not what I committed, but what he committed, okay? It was about marijuana. I'm just going to say it. I didn't do nothing, okay? I have nothing to do with it. Nor do I. I mean, you can test me with every test known to man, and you'll find that there's no chemical in my body other than the medications I take, which are subscribed by my doctors, and my doctors only, on my behalf and their behalf. That's it, as far as that goes. So I'm not going to go any further with anything else, because that's all there is to it. So anyway, that's that in a nutshell. So, but it was a good thing I took a picture of this gentleman's truck and his license plate number. I am very much glad I did that, because I covered my bases when I did that. He took my money too. He stole $250 from me. That is a crime in itself, and I got that on camera at Walmart. So that's another thing I have. So, and I think that I'm thinking that's what this is about. Why they want to talk. They want to know more about this. So I'm gung ho, man. I got evidence. Now, if there's enough evidence for them to do anything with this individual, I don't know. I have no clue. I don't have a clue about that, but I just know what I did and what I didn't do. I didn't commit any crimes in the legal system within the United States. That's something I have not done, and I'll hold to my ground to that, to those words. So that's all I got to say about that. That's the bottom line for me. So what else we got to talk about, folks? I'm just curious. We got 7 people in here. I'm surprised we don't have more, but we're kind of chicken for some odd reason. It's 12:36. A lot of people on the East Coast are now asleep, because it's like 4 o'clock. So actually, they almost will be getting up soon on the East Coast. As for the West Coast, they'll be up at 8 o'clock or 9. I think a lot of Americans probably have to go to work tomorrow morning. Me? I don't. I don't have to work, because I'm on disability, so I don't have to work. So, not my job. So, anyway, what did I get today in the mail? Hold on a second here. This is by... Hold on a second. Return. Let's see your vote. Oh, voting registration. Early ballot. Hold on a second here. Let's see, why do you need $1,000 for? Here's my voting rights, guys. Here's Harvey Davy's voting rights right here. Here's my early voting ballot right here. This is me for early voting for whoever. whoever it is I may choose to vote for. So that's what that is. Anything else? So what were you just saying there? I didn't catch that phrase. I mean, if you can rephrase what you wrote in there, and then I can most likely answer your question for you on my behalf and your behalf. I don't know. You're talking about some $1,000. I don't know what you're talking about, but I'm willing to look into it as to what that is. Let's see. Hold on a second. People are coming in here and they were saying that Harvey Davy's got a girlfriend. A girlfriend from Tennessee. So we go, oh, Harvey Davy, you got a girlfriend. And maybe it is that I do have a girlfriend. Maybe it is. Maybe. So anyway, but I welcome it I welcome a person into my life. I certainly do. You know, nice quality person and a very nice person. Yes, I will always welcome that into my life. I'm ready for that. I'm prepared for it. I always am. Every given second, you know, somebody. I got Harvey Davy has a opportunity of spouse or a person or significant other, then you know there's always that for me. I think, but this channel's gone way down here, so 3 people. So I think I'm gonna have to close out the video. There's just not enough people to hold the video going. I mean, I guess I could if it's gonna be 4 or 5 people in here. If it can hold to that, then I guess I could. It's a possibility. 5 people. That's a better number to hold the channel going for a little bit. You know. But it's late. 12:40 a.m. It's late. I will say that. And it was what 40 minutes ago, or 41 minutes ago. It was America's birthday. So, currently, America has experienced another birthday, such as you and I on our birthday. So that being said, that's what we have for the current time frame at this moment. So, but I'm just, how are you guys tonight? How are you guys doing? I'm always curious. I always like to know my new people. I like to acknowledge those people in the channel and say hi to them and to make them feel welcome into my YouTube channel. So that's how I am. And I'm a godly person. I believe in God. So I do. And I always believe in God. Truth sets you free, man. Let's see. So the truth will set us all free. You tell the truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God. And you will get good results. Believing within God and trusting in God and allowing God to handle your affairs no matter what they are. Any given day, time, second, whatever. So that's the bottom line here with me. So let's see, we got gas engines are very, very. Oh, okay. You need $1,000 for. Oh boy. I don't know. I do need some help financially, but for the vehicle. But I think right now, I don't know. I'm gonna see if I can. Oh, there is a fan running right here. Kind of makes it kind of chilly here actually. But Johnny Wad, how's it going? How is it going, Johnny Wad? Welcome to the American stream. Welcome to the Harvey Davy stream. You're always welcome in here, you know. So So anyway, I was just talking about, I was talking about voting, and and then the police wanted to talk to me tomorrow, 10 to 2. So I have an idea what it's about. I have an idea what it is. I ain't so worried. I'm less worried about it now because I think it was over this one individual. And anyway, good thing I took his license. He's the individual that took my money from me. I lost $250 from him. And I got that on videotape at Walmart, okay? Let's see, what else he do? Oh, he lied to the police. It was all on video. And then he came back and said, yeah, I did give him money. Or, yeah, I gave him money. And I said he didn't do any work for the money. So I said, I want my money back. And then therefore he said, well, guess what? I'm not giving you back your money because I spent your money on my truck. And I said, well, you're supposed to spend it on my vehicle, not yours, for one, sir. So get working. And then he didn't want to do that. He didn't want to give up any services for the money. So the police officer made up a case, gave me a case number. I do have that card within the vehicle. So I will show that report of the police to the police department here, and I will let them know, and I will show them everything on my phone as evidence, because I do have his license plate number. So yeah, there's a way to get him very, very easily, so I think that's what it's about tomorrow, and I think it's over something, but it's not something I did wrong, something they did wrong. They just probably need more information to find out about this individual. I don't know. That's what I'm thinking. I won't know till tomorrow. But in any case, I still want legal representation speaking for me in my behalf. And it's my right as an American, so I will take that right and run with it. That's how that works. That's the American way, the American system. It's the way the American system works or doesn't work. Whether your First Amendment right works for you or it doesn't. So a lot of times it don't work for you because if you're not wealthy enough, if you're not one of the wealthiest of Americans, sometimes that First Amendment right doesn't work for you. But you always have the Fifth Amendment, which means you have the right to, like I said, the First Amendment is freedom of speech, and the Fifth is the right that you don't have to speak. You let your legal representation speak for you under the Fifth Amendment. In other words, you don't have to say anything to any police force at all. It's simply you just tell the officer, take the Fifth Amendment. Take the Fifth Amendment. Maybe not. I don't think they can make this gentleman give me my money back. It'd be nice if I could get it back. Believe me, it would be. But what he did, though, in my vehicle was do something bad. And it's not my responsibility. It's not my problem. He did something bad, and I think what they want to do is they want to know what happened there in that video. The video is incrimination on his part, so it incriminates him. Self-incrimination. Not by me. Not on my account. I have this gentleman's license plate number, so if he incriminated himself, well, guess what? And it's on him. It is on him. Small claims court, maybe. Maybe it's well, hopefully it's not a bad learning curve. Hopefully it's not. That's what I'm hoping. Hope is a bad word. It doesn't represent much. It doesn't. Trying is a bad word too. Trying doesn't get you anywhere other than you're trying to do something. You want results. You don't want to try. You don't want to hope. Hope, try. Too bad word. system. So, so what words can you use to better your situation? I don't have any words for that at the present moment, but it is what it is, and no more and no less when it comes to me. Paying up front is not always good. You're right, it is not, but you trusted this guy. He failed you. That is correct. Yeah, he did. He failed me in the worst legal way. And is it going to get him anywhere? I don't know. Maybe that's what the police want to know. I don't know. What are we gonna do here? I don't know. I guess I'm just gonna let the system give me a legal representation, and we'll let the legal representation talk for me, speak in my half. Dave, you are sure it wasn't a troll who used caller ID spoofing? It was. I think it was a troll. I do. His name is Brian. I don't know what his last name is. He's a bad man. Happy 4th, Cherry Pop Tarts. But, see here. Yes, you could have been. Yes, could have been spoofed. Yeah, this gentleman was getting in and out. He's got some kind of ID calling tool. He's a bad man. He does bad things within the system. Yes. His name is Brian. I can tell you more. I don't know his last name, but I know he's a gamer. He plays games online. Hold on a second here. Hold on. Okay. Oh, I can't figure out how to get this thing to turn off. Oh, that's bad. That's bad. That was not good. That was not good. That was really bad. Oh, oh man. My coffee spilt. Let's see, Johnny Y, where are you at? Oh, different place. I'm not inside the RV for sure. It's cool in here. The fan, I could not get to turn it off. Whatever, hold on a second. Bear with me here. Hold on a second here. Okay. It's a black cord. So, guess what? Okay. The fan is off. Guess what? We succeeded. 7 people in here. Doesn't mean I'm succeeding here either. But I was just saying, I do read in here. This is my reading every day. Let's see, you don't have to turn it off. Just don't have it blowing in the phone. Well, it was kind of chilly. It was a little cold, so I turned it off. It's not hot right now. Is it pretty warm outside, Paul?
Still. It's a good time to work on the RV.
Well, yeah, but there isn't, because I don't have the ability to get to the storage shed and be able to take things in and out. So in that matter, it's not until the place opens up, which I think it opens up at 9 in the morning. See, I think it's 8 to 9 are the hours there. But they were open today, but their offices were closed. But it's all right. I did get a few things out of the RV, but I won't be able to get much done tomorrow because I have to go to the sheriff's office tomorrow. So I won't get a lot done. Because the hours are odd. So they're when it's hot. So the next day, what is it? What are we? It's just I hate that, another wasted day. So what is tomorrow? Tomorrow's Thursday. So I think I said Sunday. I thought, I'm still hopeful that Sunday could be the day I could take off, but depends on what happens here. So I don't know. Time will tell, folks. Time will tell. See, 7 better than 0. Oh, how you look at things. Sheriff's office for what? I'm not sure. Got to talk to them for whatever reason. I ain't worried. It's not. I'm not worried about it. But either way, either or. I'm just going to get legal representation to speak in my behalf, no matter what. I think it's about the individual that I dealt with. Is what happened. I think. And I think because something was on video, and I think that's what they want to look at that video, because it's certainly incrimination on somebody's part, which it's more on the part of the other individual. But I do have his license plate number, so guess what? I'll give that to him. I got it. I'll let them have it, and then they can go after this guy, for whatever they want to charge him with. But it had nothing to do with me. I was not committing any crime. So, no, that's why I want a lawyer representing me. So, just because they want to charge me, let the legal representation do all the talking for me. So, everything means something when it involves. You don't want to get yourself involved with somebody tying into somebody else's crime that they may have committed. Maybe, So that's why I'm going to have legal representation speak for me. That'll be tomorrow. So I'm pretty sure I know what it is here, what's involved here. So I'm not worried. I was worried because I couldn't figure out. I sat there and tried to wonder what it was. I couldn't figure out what it was. What is it? What do they want to talk to me for? Why? And if I kept thinking and thinking, I thought, oh, well, I was missing one thing. Okay, there was something, but it wasn't something I did wrong. It was what this individual did. It's what was wrong. He, I don't want to go into it on the video here, but like I said, there's legality issues within this thing, so I'll let the legal representation handle this, and if they want to speak to this individual, then I've got his license plate number, and they can go look for him. I'm not sure if he's even in Arizona. He very well may be in Arizona, but I'm not positive, so I can't identify with that. So, but I do have a clue as to what it is. Let's see why they wanted me there. What? So what are you saying, cherry Pop-Tarts? Oh, I've done nothing wrong, so I ain't worried about nothing. So, like I said, but in any case, I'm just going to have my legal representation speak in my behalf, and that's all there is to it. I don't talk, because when you talk, you incriminate yourself. So it's best to let legal representation handle all the words that are properly said within the legal system, within the system, I should say. Never say something that you're not positive about, because that could hold against you in a court of law. So sometimes what you don't say can help you in most cases, and the more you say can be held against you. So just remember those couple things. I learned a couple things with that from over the years, 25 years, past 25 years. And so you just got to remember that. Don't, they want to talk? Yeah, I'll talk with legal representation. Give me my legal representative. And we'll go from there. And we'll do talking. Okay, we'll let, that way the legal representative will do my speaking for me on my behalf. And I got no problem with that. And then I can't hurt myself in any way, shape, or form. So, yeah, I've been around the block. I think so. I've learned a few things in my lifetime. And if I had known those things back then, I wouldn't have got myself in the hot water I was in. No. I would have been out of the hot water because I didn't do anything wrong then either. So I was at the wrong place, wrong place, the wrong time. And my friend knows that. He's sitting right here in this room. He knows I didn't do anything wrong. So I broke no laws. Even back then, I broke no laws. I did nothing wrong. I never touched anyone. Never. Never laid a hand on anyone. Ever. So, in behalf of that being said, that's the truth and nothing. So, yeah, that's all there is to be said about that. But my friend knows what happened back in those years, back in those days, and he knows I was not guilty. Right, Paul? Was I guilty in the past? No. Of course not. And you know that as well as I do. I was at the wrong place at the wrong time. One bad individual got me in trouble for a stupid thing. And it wasn't my fault. But did he know that? No. His own kids were the trouble. In other words, he was a bad parent. That's the best way to put it. He was a bad parent. He wasn't handling his kids the proper way. And his kids were bad. They were creating crimes in a public place, in a bowling alley. They were doing some bad things. Well, I'm not gonna get into it. I don't have to. I'm not going to. But anyway, that's what caused all the problems. Anyway, so it put me in a bad place and at the wrong time. So for that individual, he made a judgment mistake. That's all. But it cost me dearly. So it wasn't good for me. But I didn't do anything wrong, and even to this day, I didn't do anything wrong, and I believe me, I thought, and I'm like, wow, I just overthought it, but time's gone by, and there's nothing you can't turn back the clock. Clock has rolled forward, so you don't live life. We don't live our lives in the past. For one, we live our life in the present moment, and that's always the best way to live your life. If you live your life in the past, you're going to keep yourself in trouble every single day of your life. So just remember that. That's a word of the wise. Just remember, live your life in the present moment and let God dictate live your life in a godly manner. And you won't have any problems in life. Just like I said, the truth will set you free. That's what's even said in the Bible. So just remember those. Remember some of those phrases because they hold true to your life and everybody else's life every single day that we live. So that's a word to the wise. So that's all I could say at this present time in my life. So, and I got a cold, and my nose is running. That's whenever time it gets this kind of weather like this, I hate it. I hate when you get colds in the summertime. So anyway, got 11 people sitting here. So what do you guys have to say? What's your thoughts on today? And, well, like I said, I want to go back. I'm not going to go back in the past. The past is, America's birthday, so that's the past. The future? The next birthday of America, 2020. And our election, which, like I said, here's my voting registration here. So anyway, who am I voting for? It's my choice. I vote for whoever I think is good to represent us as Americans. So that's always been my choice. So whatever your choice is, that's your choice. But I keep that right here. So that's all I can say. That's all I can do and all I can say at this time. So how are you guys tonight? Let's see here. So I'm trying to think. I'm hoping we could build this channel up a little bit more. That's the next thing. So, man, nose is running. Let's see what else we got here. We got 11 people in here. That's a lot of people for 1:03 a.m. in the morning. There's still people up. I guess people were up listening to the firecrackers and fireworks throughout the night. So how are you people tonight? Johnny, you still in here? Johnny what? Cherry Pop Tarts. Don't know if Cherry Pop Tarts is still here. So. brother. Tired. Let's see. I see people get set up all the time, man. That's exactly what happened to me. That's exactly what happened to me. My friend knows it. He was right there right as it was happening. He couldn't believe it. He could not believe his eyes what had happened. I couldn't believe my freaking eyes either. It's like, what? What did I do? I didn't do anything. Freaking stupid kids. Nothing to do with their freaking bad behavior. Do they continue that bad behavior today? I believe they do. I believe that lady, that young girl, I think she's a mother of kids of her own. So I'm just curious. I hope she does a better job with her kids than how she was as a kid. That's all I gotta say. Hope she feels proud that she sent an innocent man down the freaking wrong track. Because I didn't do anything, so she knows I didn't do anything. Well, I'd sure like to hear it out of her mouth, because it was her dad that freaking caused all the gruff. So I think he was the bad man. He was a real bad man in the whole thing. So anyway, that's all there is to be said. But anyway, I gotta live with that. So there's nothing I could do about it right now. So can't live your life in the past. You gotta just keep moving forward. Just move on. Forget about it. Move. That's all there is to be said. So I committed no crime. I think Freddie Mercury said that. But I committed no crime. Remember? We are the champions. Yeah. That song says a lot in terms of me, for sure. Going back in time, but I'm not going to go back in time because it just doesn't do any good for me. Yeah, they don't let you expunge it. It was just too. No, I tried that. Believe me, I wish I could have. I tried. We went with the prosecutor and tried to do that too. And I tried to. She said, "We can't do that, but we could get your gun rights back, sir." So I tried that, and that didn't work. The reason why that didn't work is because I hadn't been out of probation long enough. I should have been out of probation long enough, but I wasn't. So the paperwork wasn't written out good enough. But you got to be 10 years off probation to get your gun rights back. Oh, and you have to have your civil liberties intact too, which I didn't have. But I got 2 years after that. Then 10 years, and now 10 years has come to pass. Now, of course, ultimately it's the judge's decision to give you your gun rights back. But paperwork states that I qualify for it. Even the prosecutor said you qualify. So it's good, but you have to be 10 years. So it's been beyond that. It's like 11 now, but I haven't done anything about it. So I did initially, but I'd have to go back, go up to the highest floor at the to the Superior Court and refile the paperwork again and do go from there. But then again, ultimately, it's the judge's decision. So he could decide. He could decide not to do it if he wants. He could say no. He could say no 2, 3, 4 times. They said four. They said no to me 4 times for getting my my voting rights, my civil liberties back. 4 times they said no. The 5th time, yes. So it took 5 times to get my civil liberties back. And in 10 years, it's 11 years have come to pass, and I could reapply for the gun rights back. And so, do I want to do it? Yeah, I'd like to, but I don't know. Sometimes I think about it, think against it. I'm thinking, because a gun could get you in trouble. All it takes is a little wave of the gun, and you're in big trouble, man. And it's not worth it. Just not worth it. Just get some bear spray, get some pepper spray, and do that instead. Keep a baseball bat in your vehicle, just in case. And that's it. Guns get you way too much trouble. Unless you keep it, you got bullets in there, you got a gun, you got a clip. So as soon as you touch your hand on there, you're committing a crime. So you're best off just not having it, It's great protection, but is it worth it? Ultimately, I don't know. Sometimes I'd say no. That's just my valued opinion. So we got 10 people listening in on this thing here. So, second. That's just RV Davy's input. It's just what I think, how I think. So I don't know. So anyway, that's all there is to be said about that subject. Let's let it go. That's it. That's all there is to it. I guess if you want to go hunting, you could always go hunting, and they let you do that. So I don't know if I ever wanted to go hunting. I'm not really I'm not a hunter. I don't like eating wild meat. It tastes funny to me. So I just don't do that. So still got 10 people in here. 10 people listening, or lurking, I should say. Who we got lurking in here? Let me see if I can see anybody in here. Let's see me. I'm hoping maybe we can get some subscribers, some more, maybe a couple more. It'd be nice if we get 30 subscribers at one time rather than like a couple. But beggars can't be choosers, So beggars can't be choosers. Or what's the term? Was it Rosie O'Kelly and Elvis Travels? They like to beg. Why is that? That's funny. Mr. Burglar's in here even. Jeez. But it is what it is. What feel good? I don't know. I don't know what it is that felt good, for one. You guys got to explain that thing to me there. I don't know. I'm just wondering what felt. Elvis is a hobo. Zia, did it feel good? Like what? What? I'm just trying to figure what felt good. A gas dang beggar. Let's see, Davy, you can take your RV to Area 51. I'm not close to it. No, I'm pretty far from it. I'm in Phoenix, Arizona. It's in the. Let me explain. It is exactly. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I'm not 100% sure on the thing. In other words, I'd rather not go into it, so I'm going to leave that out because it's just something else I can get in trouble with, so. Let's see, run down the gates, let's see. The Area 51, let's see, Las Vegas is 275 miles from here. So 275, and then you got another 100 miles after that once you get to Las Vegas to get to Area 51. But that road is closed down. It is closed off. You cannot go. You can only make it to the gates or to whatever. That's it. As far as you go. And you don't go any further after that. So let's see, crash your van into the goddamn place. No. No, the better way to do that would be if you're a pilot and you you fly into the place. I mean, that's the only, or if you have a helicopter. Let's see, you could be cult hero. No, you could, if you had a helicopter, you could just go land on the roof, if you wanted to. I don't think you'd get away with it. I think there'd be F-16s, 15s, probably shooting you down before you can even get that far. So it's blurred out on Google Maps. It's interesting. So in other words, you can't just zoom down and come straight down into it and look. Dreamy Draw Dam was, see, told you, 1973. Did I not tell you that? I witnessed that crash, okay? I know what happened there. I was there. Not in the 40s, nope. It would tell. And that's a freaking lie. That's the biggest effing lie ever. Please tomorrow, yeah, please today. It's actually today, so I ain't worried about it. I think I have a good idea what it's about, so I ain't so concerned about it. But either or, I'm going to let the legal representation speak in my behalf anyway. Just because it's best to do it that way. So, police probably won't like it, but I told them I got evidence on my phone to back up some other things too. So they said, "We'll look at your phone. We'll take a look at what you got there." I go, "Yeah, of course, man. I want to get somebody's doing some harm to me. I want them in trouble. Let them feel a little heat. You know what I mean? Let them feel some heat. That's the way it works in here, in this platform." But let me see. Let me see what you guys are saying here. Let's see here. I'm trying to see. They got 11 people. Firing off in here. Let's see here. That's right, they did. But see, the thing is, let's see, if anything bad, they would have. Exactly right. Yeah, you're exactly right. But I do have an idea what it's about. I'm not going to sweat it. But in any case, I'm going to have legal representation do my talking for me. So I'm not going to incriminate myself on anything. Anything. Doesn't matter what it is. Even the littlest thing. I'm not going to do it. I say I would have. I was so deviant. I say I would have put. No, I thought of putting it in the car. That was a bad idea. Let's see. No, I did. I believe me. I was sad. You know what? It almost makes me cry to this day because that little thing had feelings. So, and I could see that in him or her. And but you know what I got out of the whole thing? Is that I knew that we were not the only ones coming. We're not the only individuals out in the universe. There's more. There's more than just us. So that's, and the government could say whatever, and and then I get myself in trouble with this too. Talking about the government. Who knows if they're going to talk to me about that even, I don't even know. And, I don't want to be in trouble for that too. So, is it my fault? Is it my fault that I was there at that time. I was only 11, 12 years old at that time. It was looking for its buddies, exactly. It was concerned, it was worried. That's how I knew it had feelings. I see it walking, looking. I knew. Came up to us. It was trying to get help from us, but we couldn't do anything about it. We couldn't communicate with it. So couldn't communicate. It's obviously, I don't know how it communicated or how its communications devices work on itself, but I would say it's probably telepathic. Is how it communicates. Telepathically is the best way to put it. But it was sad. That was a sad day. It was a sad day when that happened. I seen the thing crashing. I seen the thing coming down. That was 1973. That's when they bulldozed that, made that dam, which didn't make any sense to put that dam right there. There was no reason for it. I can't draw with the dam, so I wouldn't even try. I can't do it. I'm terrible, man. I ain't gonna try to draw some. I can't draw my own. I couldn't draw a head if it depended upon itself. So I ain't gonna try. I'm not good at it. Never happened. So I just know what I saw. I was there. I experienced it. I experienced something nobody ever. You know what? Most Americans, anybody in the world, have never ever witnessed or seen something like that. So, and when I die, I know the truth. I don't need to go read UFO books and try to look up evidence, because I already know they exist. I'm getting tons of prank calls, yes. Not now. Probably the guy's probably asleep. You can't stay awake 24/7 doing it, you know what I mean? Comes time, you gotta get some sleep. He looked like Elvis Travels, actually. Kind of looked like a cross between Elvis Travels and Rosie O'Kelly. No, I'm just joking. No, but no, it was real. It was a real thing. It happened. I passed the polygraph on it. That's all. No big deal. I'd take another polygraph. You guys want to pay for a polygraph? I'll take it. You could write down anything you want. I'll take the polygraph. I'll pass it. Doesn't matter. He looked like Elvis Travels. No, that's incorrect. Well, obviously it's way different looking than we are. Shorter. Now there's some of these that are supposedly taller than us. They're like giants. They're like 10 feet tall or whatever. You can sister collaborate the sightings. I want to go back out there and be able to do a video. What my take on what happened out there, and just kind of describe in my own words, and then put some video and put some audio to it, some music. So that's what I'm thinking about doing. It's not that far. It's only that the dreamy draw from here is a little bit further. But from where my former house was, it was only 3 miles away. 3 miles, that's it. Close, very close. Dreamy Draw Dam. Check it out. The story, they kept saying 1940s. I'm like, wait a second, such a lie. Payasoa Peak. You guys they got rattlesnakes. Yes, there's rattlesnakes back in there. Yes, there's all kind of animals back there. Let's see, what else? But yeah, it's called Payasoa Peak, but it was called what was it called? What was it called? What did the Squaw Peak? Squaw Peak, right, Paul?
Yes.
Now they call it Payasoa Peak. But yes, see, I witnessed a UFO crash back in 1973. I was a kid. I was only 11, 12. I don't know. I forget how old I was. I was at a child's program at Paradise Valley Country Club with my sister. Okay, we got out that night. We were driving down Tatum Boulevard, going south, and I seen a flaming ball of fire coming from the sky, and it was a UFO. It was a flying saucer, about the size of a football field. It was the size of this thing. It was big. It was huge. It was pretty good size. I ain't seen it. Wasn't small. Had a little dome glass light on the front of it, and on the bottom part was there was a gyro that was spinning. You know, I could just barely catch that because of the fire. But the thing was coming down. You hiked the Squaw Peak, yeah. I've hiked Squaw Peak, I don't know, at least 50 times in my lifetime. So, and yeah, but I want to go back and do a take on that. But it's just too hot right now to do it. It's over 110 degrees out. It just can't do it. Because I'd be sweating my butt off trying to go back in there. Plus, I run the risk of getting caught in trouble too. I don't want to do that. So, there's another reason I don't want to cause no problems with that. You know. So, but if I could stay enough distance away, but still be able to get the story, I want to do it. Scorpions taste horrible. Let me tell you. I've slept and I've had scorpions crawl in my mouth while I was sleeping, and I've had to bite them because they stung within my mouth. So scorpions, oh, they taste horrible, terrible taste. Ugh. It's something I can't really. The taste of it almost makes me want to. I mean, just the thought and going back and tasting what it tasted like, it makes me almost want to puke. But yeah, but I want to go back in there. I would love to do it, to call Fox 10 News or any news and give my take on that and get another story on that. That it wasn't the 1940s. It was 1973 when that occurred. And if you watch that whole program on there, you will know that it was 73, because that's the year I thought. You know, I went back and thought it over, and you know, yeah, the reason why I knew is because my sister had a 1973 Firebird, and she got it that year, and that's when that crash was. That's what registered 1973 in my head. So, Art Bell, yes, I got to be on Art Bell's show. Yeah, one segment. So he called me, and it was tape delayed. I think it was like 3 weeks out, 2 or 3. I can't remember what it was, but he called me up. He talked to me before I went on story, and talked about my account, you know, what I saw out there. And so I took a polygraph. I passed the polygraph. I ain't worried about any of that stuff. So, but you know, it's scary that you have that knowledge, and you could be in trouble with that knowledge too. So they don't want you knowing stuff like that. So that's all I could say. 14 people. I got a lot of people in here. You know, that's quite a story out there. It's beyond a story, actually. It's like one of the greatest, biggest stories that you'd ever tell in your life, you know? And back in the day, you didn't talk about those things, you know? Even today, you don't. Because, you know, it could get you in trouble. Yeah, so anyway, a police officer and myself, and yeah, we knew the real true story about what happened out there. And she goes and shows buried. Yeah, well, see, yeah, that's the thing. They buried it out there. That area was closed off for 10 years. So 73 to like 80, I'd say it's like 1981 or 2 or 3 that they opened up that area, but. And even then, they didn't really open up the area because they put no trespassing signs, and they also put video cameras up in there too. So, yeah, so you can't go walking back in there. If you had a metal detector, it wouldn't work. Why? Because the metals where that craft came from or from somewhere else. So everything that we use is within what we have on this planet, not from something else. So let's say you did have a metal detector, it wouldn't detect anything, you know? It wouldn't be able to detect. You wouldn't be able to find anything. You get caught in there, you're gonna go to prison. So it's best to stay out of there. And a big fine, you got it, sir. You know. But I know what I saw. I was out there right when I seen it crash. I seen it come down, and the police officer secured the area and told us to leave as quickly as we could get out of there. So, but we experienced what we did and we got out. They got there. Imagine the people, whoever they were, got there pretty quickly. Let's see. I still remember some stuff about it, but not everything, you know. But the memory's still there. You know, it's just that every once in a while it just hits me. The cop's name was Ed. I can't tell you his last name. His name was Ed. He was a Paradise Valley cop. So let's see, his police officer. I don't know. My sister dated the guy for 2 years after. So yeah, I talked with him over that, and we both know what we saw. You know, so that's all there is to it. Probably not for very long. I'd say probably 8 minutes or so, 5 to 8 minutes. Cause we had to get out. Because Ed told us to get out of there pretty quickly. Because they had facilities coming in there to try to get as much of that stuff out of there as they could. So yeah, and then let's see. I don't know. I only wish. I don't know. Good question. He would be today. He would be probably 70 years old if he were still alive. So as time goes on, you know, my sister dated him. She was probably 10 years younger than him. My sister was probably at that time. Let me think. I was 12 years old, maybe 11. Let's see, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. She was probably 18 years old when this happened. So police officer, he dated. You know, I don't know how old he was. He was pretty young himself. So he was a man of probably 20, and my sister was probably 18. So yeah, you know, pretty close in years, age-wise, those two. So, but yeah, he talked to her and got my sister gave her number out. So evidently she liked him. She dated him for 2 years. So he was a good man. I don't talk to my sister. I haven't talked to her in 15 years, man. Believe me, I wish I could. I wish I could. If I could, I would, but we don't talk. I don't know. If we came across each other's faces, I would certainly talk about what was his last name, because I would certainly like to bring him into the story and go to Fox 10 News or whatever news it is when we give our account as to what happened in 1973, not 1947 or whatever it was that they lied about. They're liars. But we're the only witnesses. They don't even know who we are. We never gave our accountability of that story. Never did. We stayed out of it. She saw it. She did. She was very devastated by it. It affected her life for the rest of her life. I'm sure it still affects her life today. I'm sure it does. She was more affected by it because I don't know what happened with her, but with this story, but it bothered her very much. It disturbed her. And think of it. You're seeing something that's just not normal. You something from another planet. It's just not right. It doesn't make sense. what you saw, you're saying to yourself, it doesn't make sense. You know, so I I was, even after that, even today, I'm still curious about UFOs. I still am. So, I think and think and think about it all the time. Had a very little mouth. It's probably, it was so small, such a small little mouth. No, it wasn't wearing any ammo. Didn't see any ammo on it whatsoever. I think its hands and fingers could have been, though. The fingers are way longer than at least a couple inches longer than our fingers. But they're really long fingers. So, such really small nose, but little teeny ears, bigger head, more like an egg shape, It was wearing like a mesh suit. It was kind of like a real, like a metal mesh, kind of like an armor guy, that kind of mesh on that order, but probably just a little bit more fine-tuned metal. But I'm trying to think of the color. It was more. Shoot, let's see how many. See how words. I'm trying to see what you're saying here. Yeah, it had shoes. Yeah, it had shoes. Let's see what else. Feet, probably like 4 feet, a little over 4 feet tall. Maybe 4 feet, 4 or 5, I don't know, something on that order. Of course, I've never measure it, but eyeballing it, it was at least a foot or more shorter than I was. So, but you got to recall, I was 12 years old, 11 at the time, so I was probably like 5 foot tall. So I was saying a foot, so 5, 4. So yeah, so a little bit over 4 feet tall in height. So, but you guys are getting experience. I mean, you guys are getting a story here, man. That's like the biggest story of mankind, knowing what you saw out there. Right now in backyard. Dreamy Draw, did you check it out? Did you check out that story out there? Did you look it up? Check out what they were talking about, out there at Dreamy Draw Dam. And then, you drive by that dam and you're like, you look at it and you know. Why would there be a dam right there at the edge of the road? It made no sense whatsoever. It made no sense that there'd be a dam right there. I don't know. That's one. Don't know if there were ever pictures. Yeah, back in those days, we didn't have smartphones. We had like what they known as a what kind of camera was it? I think of the kind of cameras we carried back in those days. But you didn't carry cameras with you back in those days. Let's see, Hitler on the Wall, UFO channel. Did they cover that? They covered the Dreamy Draw story. I don't know if they did. Brownie camera. Let's see, there was it looked like a little brownie. Yeah, you know, Johnny. Second half. Let's see. 126 film. But the little creature was definitely, I would say he was telepathic, or she. Could have been a she too. I don't know. I have no clue. I didn't get that much into it, I was in either so quick that that was it. Standing, walking around. It was walking around. Like I said, it was looking for its friends. I'm pretty sure its friends weren't there. Its friends are gone. Friends are probably killed. Because that fire, seeing that fire as it was, they never called the fire department out there to put that fire out. They let it burn itself out. Yeah, it stared at me. Yeah, it sure did. Just looking at us weird too. It's like looking at us like, man, these people look weird. These are weird looking people. Think of it. We think of we go to their planet. We look weird to them. We're weird. They're like, man, look at these people. They got a big nose. They got big mouths. They got big ears. They're taller. It's pretty weird. But yeah, it's too bad I talked to my sister. We always talked about UFOs just because of that event. We were always talking about UFOs just because of what we saw, what we witnessed. We saw some different things. I see more. I seen the big craft out off by the freeway, over a mile in length, blocking the west end of the Sky Harbor Airport. They had a bunch of planes flying around it. That was 1997. There were UFOs that were around in that area. So Phoenix got, believe me, but if you look up UFO records, it's not the top 5 state for UFO sightings, surprisingly. But some of the biggest sightings ever have occurred here in this town, especially 1997, and then even beyond that, there's even more after that. So, and it happened again. It's kind of like the same thing happened all over again. They said they're weather balloons, but they weren't weather balloons. Come on, we know better than that. They want you to think that they were weather balloons and make you forget. So, I wonder if they're going to talk to me about that. I'm definitely not going to talk about it. If they ask that question, I ain't talking. I ain't going to bring that stuff up. I'm sure they have. Animals have too. Oh, this at night. It was probably at like 9 o'clock at night when it happened. I would say between 8 to I'd say 9:30 at night, something on that order. Because we were coming home, and the news was, I watched the news, and there was nothing about it on the news, so I knew something was up. You can check out that story is still available to check out. It happened, so it just don't have us in it. That's all. Some other witnesses that are no longer here no more. What noise? So I don't know. That's the whole story on that one. What is that noise? No, there's no noise. Oh, I know what you're talking about. Oh, yeah. Drill. Making a stereo system. Making a portable 12-volt stereo system. That's what's going on here. So anyway, new amplifier, same speakers. It's just modified to be a little bit more portable system to play a stereo on a camping trip or whatever, So I can show you what it looks like.
No.
No. Oh yeah, all right. Yeah, I get. Right. Right. But forget that. Forget I said that. I'm just showing you my face. That's it. So that's all there is to it. So what is it? Panicking? Hard to say. I wasn't out there long enough to really say what the thing was doing or not. Let's see. See what else here. I'm gonna worry about that. Let's see what else you guys got to say. In terms of the alien, that's pretty much the story there. Like I said, I witnessed something that was incredible that night. Never happen again. Never happen again. That's for sure. So I hope I don't get questioned on this. What do you say? What do you tell somebody? If they're going to ask you about something like this, okay, you saw this, you know, what happened, blah, blah, blah. I don't want to be questioned by anybody about this. No way. That thing was still alive, so they took it somewhere. Who knows how long these things live, you know? It's different. Didn't do nothing to harm us. It not even come close. Didn't even remotely even try to hurt us. So it looked weird. It was crazy, but you know, didn't want to hurt us. No, didn't want to do it. It didn't want to bother with us really. It was looking. It just wanted us to help. That's all, I think. But different looking for sure. But you know, I wish I had a camera. Wish I had taken some pictures. Wish I had a camera to take pictures with back in those days. But you didn't have that kind of stuff back then, you know. You're talking, I'm 56 years old right now. Think of it. 56. That was 1973, 70, 80, 90. 2000. 20 something years ago, man. Long time ago. 1973. I don't even think 3/4 of you people were even born yet when this thing occurred, you know. And of course, there's been lots of talk. I mean, even, I don't know, not so much today, but over a period of time, I mean, the news carried stories about that. And like I said, you could look up stuff on it, you know. Could have made friends with it, yeah. Beat buds. Beat buds. Green Bay Wackies on. Interesting channel there. Yeah, we couldn't communicate though. It didn't want to hurt nobody. It never even tried. It didn't. It did. You know, like I said, it didn't want to do nothing to hurt nobody. Never. I don't think the thought was not even its mind to hurt or bother us really. You know, other than it wanted help, trying to find his buddies. There were probably no more. So they died just like us. Breathe like us. You know. So. Geez, I can't talk. Can't even talk no more about it. That was a cover-up, but you know, the story got out. It just didn't cover. We weren't covered in the story. That's all. I'm the last known witness to be, just to know, and the time. See, I gave the time frame to Art Bell, so that time frame was covered. I just wanted to let him know that it was not the 1940s. It was 1973, and I got my point across. So that's all. That's all there is to be said on this thing. So. Yeah. That's that in a nutshell, man. That's all there is to be said on it, on that whole. But you know, it's cool thing. And I'm glad it happened. And I got to see something that was rare, and that's all there is to it. So there's no crash. Yeah, there was a crash in the 40s, but it occurred in Kingman, Arizona. There were two actual crashes of UFOs in Arizona. One at Dreamy Draw and the other one at Kingman. So the 40s deal, that was a lie. That was definitely a lie. I don't know. They even got this guy, this witness, to come out and say 1940s, and that was just both. You know, they told this guy to tell this story. That's all there is to it. And it was a lie. It was because I was there. I got to see. I know what I saw. That's all there is to it. My sister saw it. The cop saw it. So, cop agreed that it. I wish I had his last name. I wish I could find that cop. Maybe today he could still be alive. Maybe if I covered that story, he might actually see the story, but he might not live in Arizona anymore. So would he? I don't know. Yeah, I'm gonna go back and do a video on it. Definitely. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna do it. That's could be one of my big stories for my channel. Is that story? And I'm the one that owns that story. I'm the one that could tell that story. I lived it, so I'm best to tell it. And you know who else wanted to hear that story? Think about it. Who? D-Dubs. D-Dubs wanted to cover that, wanted to interview me about that story. Because he knew somebody that seen a UFO while flying an airplane. And his name was Flyboy Glenn. So he witnessed something too. So did I, and I did too. So D-Dubs wanted to cover that story, but I didn't give it to him. I didn't like him. When I met him, I didn't like the guy. I thought, screw him. He could get no story out of me. Candy, another one that wanted the story. He get no story out of me. Never will. I will cover that story on my own. This will come on behalf of my channel. Myself. Nobody else. It's me for the taking. D-Dub's a big star now, you think? He's making $100K a month? Really? Where's his rig? How come he's driving a scooter? Would you be driving a scooter if you made $100K a month? Ask yourself that question. Why would you be driving a scooter when you're making $100K a month? I wouldn't be driving no freaking 40-mile-per-hour scooter. Kidding me? I would not. I would have a Class A. $100,000 Class A I would have. So yeah, so is he really making that kind of money? Yeah, he'd have a better helmet. He'd have a really nice motorcycle, maybe. Maybe. I would say no. You don't. You need a place to live out of when you're living this lifestyle. No, you would need at least a Class B van, like Rosie O'Kelly or the Release of Marie, like Elvis Travel's vehicle. Yeah, you could do that. Let's see. I know what I would be getting a new. Yeah, so D-Dubs he's full baloney, man. He's full of himself. Because he's the biggest. Let's see. Yeah. There's been lots of things that people have seen, but have they ever seen an actual alien? That's the big story there. So that's I got the big story. Probably the biggest ever. And I was on Art Bell's show as well. So, and I passed the polygraph on it too. So 3 accounts that I've gone through and I've passed and made it through. So, in my lifetime. But my life is coming. My days. I'm 56. I'm getting old here. So this story is gonna maybe go to the graveyard. Nobody will ever know. More years ago beyond, and nobody even know that this ever occurred anyway. 3 rounds. Let's see. What, 3 rounds of boxing you talking about? Yeah. Oh, yeah. I think. I think he needs training too. He smokes a lot of cigarettes. He huffs and he puffs. It's kind of like the story of the big bad wolf, you know. I don't know. Hard to say. Really hard to say. But, yeah. Let's see. Michael Carville, yeah. Yeah, we got the... Yeah, Michael Carville, he still lives here. He's got a compound around like 7th Street and like Baseline area. So he's still out there. Lives peacefully out there. But yeah, we got the box and stuff, and we did some of our own little boxing anyway. We put some boxing gloves on, but it hurts. I'm just telling you, those boxing gloves hurt. You get hit with one of those things, man. Freaking stings you pretty good. I get pretty tired. Yeah. Geez, I don't even have Luna in here. Man, Luna never made it in here late tonight, did she? No Jasmine Star, no Luna. Man, you guys got to be getting tired. I'm going to fall asleep. I'll be probably one of those videos where I fall asleep at the video again, right? That's funny. D-Bubs, is he filming right now? D-Bubs? D-Bubs? D-Bubs. Is he doing that much streaming? Rosie O'Kelly is still streaming with Elvis Travels Elbow. So. Jeez, I'm falling asleep here. Yeah, Can't really say too much more. I'm pretty talked out right now. So what do you think, guys? Think we fold it up? Call it a day? Call it an evening? One hour and 30, almost hour and 35 minutes. Yeah, we gotta go to sleep. Sleepy time. Yeah, Burger, let's go to sleep here. You take care. You guys all take care. Thank you guys for coming in. Hear my story. Elvis. I know Elvis, yeah. I'm not real good. I know of him. He knows of me. He certainly knows who I am. The Lisa Marie. Rosie O'Kelly knows me too. But yeah, Rosie O'Kelly knows who I am. Not much. Getting ready to go to sleep here. He craps in a shit bucket. Yeah. I don't know. I'm in the house here, so it's air conditioned. So it feels pretty good in here, actually. Wish it felt like this every night. Wish it did. Wishful thinking, right? Wishful thinking. So Elbow took the toilet out of the rig, right? So you could put a Walmart bucket in there. Oh, I'm not gonna say. So, but I'm not gonna say. For the record, it's you just see in my face. That's it. That's all there is to it. Rosie should buy D-Bubs of RV. That won't happen. She's not gonna do that. Not gonna happen. She should buy me an RV. She should buy me a Class A motorhome. Way too expensive, yeah. Be 20-something thousand bucks. Tell D-Dubs go get a job and go buy his own freaking crap, right? Tell him to go buy his own crap. He is the king of the free world. He is our Syrian god, right? Pay taxes to him. Have him pay taxes to us. Tired, folks. I'm very tired. No, I don't know. I couldn't figure it out. Neither could my friend. So I think I'm not sure what happened. I'll have to contact YouTube or Google and see what happened there. I don't know. Maybe they might give it to me another time. I don't know. No D-back games this year. Cardinal games maybe. Actually not. I'm gonna be in another town. Nope, no D-back games this year. So no Carl's Jr. Not today. Had a hamburger here, right here at the house. Had a barbecued no, not Whataburger. Had a home cooked burger, right here, home cooked meal. Okay, guys, we're gonna call it. I'm too tired. I can't keep my eyes open. Okay, folks. Home cooked better. Definitely home cooked better. Home cooked way better. Okay, guys, we're gonna call it. We'll talk to you guys later. Yep, I passed the polygraph on all that, so anyway. So I know all I know is I know what I saw. That's all that counts. I'll take that to my grave when I die. The Loft again, did you check that out? Orbs, yep. Lots of things to check out. So we're gonna close it out, guys. So yes, there's definitely a ghost in there. The Loft again, which was different. And now it's nothing there now, because they moved across the street. So anyway, okay, we're gonna call it, guys. Catch you guys later. Thank you for coming in. No Denny's. Not tonight. I'm gonna go to sleep. I'm tired. No nachos either. No nachos. But yeah, you guys need to get some sleep. Yeah, lemon water. You guys need to get some sleep too. So anyway, we'll catch you guys hopefully tomorrow. Hopefully I'll give you a whole different tale to tell you. A tale of a tale, right? So I'll definitely have a big update for tomorrow. Dine and Dash. God, do I know you? Dine and Dash. Free meal. Skip the check. Okay, we're going to sleep, guys. So, okay, guys, we're going to call it now. I can't stay awake any longer. Thank you guys for coming in, though. Appreciate it. Okay, guys, we're going to... Goodbye. Catch you on the next video.